Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our political conversation. It's now clear that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is going to be the presidential candidate for Azimio coalition led come 2027 presidential election. And many people are wondering, is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka ready to run a presidential election? Leave alone that. Very many questions are being asked. Who will be the presidential running mate for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka? That is actually what we are going to discuss this evening. But before we dive deeper to that discussion, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends, and if your friends are lovers of politics, then request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to this YouTube channel, always make sure to smash the bell button, because by smashing the bell button, you give YouTube an okay to notify you whenever we upload any political content into YouTube. And for those ones who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you. May God bless you abundantly, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. Now, let us dive deeper about who is likely to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Let come 2027 presidential election, because it is quite clear that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is going to be the presidential candidate for Azimio coalition, and Raila Amolo Odinga is actually going to give the goodwill to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Many people have actually been wondering who is really likely to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. There are various factors which actually will be considered to arrive at who is going to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. One of the things which actually is going to be considered is that does that person have a national outlook? Because for you to be the running mate, the presidential running mate, then it means that many people must be knowing you across the Republic of Kenya. That is what we call a goodwill across the nation. That is the first thing. The second thing, which actually you must have, you must be a firebrand. That means a person who is capable of mingling with Kenyans, a person who is quite articulate to the people of Kenya, a person who have a good PR to the people of this republic. That is what I am calling you must be a firebrand. Remember when we had President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto was his landmate, and William was a really firebrand for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, because he was the person who was campaigning across the nation, and the population actually were quite able to listen to him because he was a very good orator, very articulative to the people of the Republic. And therefore, for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to have a running mate, that running mate must be a firebrand, somebody who is able to talk to people, somebody who is able to be quite articulative. Another thing that person must have is the finance, because you cannot be the running mate without having enough finance, because you must contribute to the kit of presidency of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So money here is quite important. So for you to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, you must have enough finance. So that is the third thing that you must have for you to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And another thing that you must have is that you must be acceptable in the Azimio fraternity, because they cannot go outside the Azimio fraternity to choose somebody. It is obvious that that person who is going to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka should be a well-known person in the Azimio coalition. People actually have given a list of the people who they feel that one of them is likely to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And in that list, we have the following people. The first person is Raila Odinga as a person, because people have said that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can actually choose Raila Amolo Odinga to be his running mate. But very many say, what will that bring to the table? Because if it is Raila Amolo Odinga being the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, then the Kenya Kwanza Brigade are actually going to have it easy to bring down the Azimio side again, because they will use the same rhetoric of being anti-Raila Amolo Odinga to win the election. But many people have put that to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, that Raila Amolo Odinga can be a running mate. Another person who can be a running mate is Eugene Wamalwa. Many people have said that Eugene Wamalwa can actually bring the bloc of the western side to Kalonzo Musyoka. And they have said that Eugene Wamalwa is quite articulative. But the question is, can Eugene Wamalwa be compared to Musalia Mudavadi or Moses Masika Wetangula? That is the big question. Another person who has actually been put into the table to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is Hassan Joho, the former governor of Mombasa. And actually he has been the deputy chairperson of ODM. So can Hassan Joho really make it? Hassan Joho is quite articulative. He has a very good PR to people. He's a firebrand, but there is one thing which is making him to be less likable. He comes from the coast where we have fewer voters. Because if you compare with Eugene Wamalwa, who might come to the table with around 3 to 4 million votes, and Hassan Joho, who might come with merely 1 point something votes, who do you go for? Definitely it will be Eugene Wamalwa. So that is one thing that will hinder Hassan Joho from becoming the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Another person who is actually being said to be, can be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is Simba Arati, who is actually the governor of Kisii. Simba Arati is quite fearless. Simba Arati is quite articulative. Simba Arati can come with the cash. But will he be acceptable the entire Gusii and Nyanza region? If we can be acceptable by Raila Amolo Odinga within the Nyanza region, then Simba Arati can be the right running mate for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, the way I see. And the only thing that Simba Arati must do, he must be so close to Raila Amolo Odinga so that Raila Amolo Odinga can choose him if it comes from Nyanza, if it comes that Nyanza will give the running mate. And if he can be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, then he can be a really vibrant for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Another person is Martha Karua from the Mount Kenya region. But many people say Martha Karua did not bring any kind of thoughts to Raila Amolo Odinga. And because of that, Martha Karua being an iron ready, he may be kicked out not to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Another person is Mwangi wa Iria. Mwangi wa Iria also comes from the mountain, but many people doubt whether Mwangi wa Iria can actually become the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And lastly, we have Babu Owino. Babu Owino can be actually the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka because he is a firebrand and he is so near to Raila Amolo Odinga. But the question is about DJ Revolver, because that scandal will follow him and that will actually spoil for Babu Owino to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So from that list, who do you think is suitable to be the running mate of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka? Let come 2027 presidential election. Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to come into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends, and if your friends are lovers of politics, then request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe, always hit the notification bell. And for those ones who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you. May God bless you abundantly, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political conversation.